Well, okay, so it's $13,000.
Well, 12,900 is what the estimate was.
12,900. What were all the estimates? You had three.
The other two, one was like 36,000, the other was 38,000. I was like, screw that. Well, I'll go with the first guy.
Well, this is why I like working with home inspectors. Okay, so $12,900.
Right.
And
they're going to commence work the 1st of March.
Okay.
They have to have half down prior to commencement.
What was the date of the inspection?
I don't remember. It was back in, I think August, maybe. I don't remember.
Why on earth don't you want to make a claim?
Well, because I don't want to run my E&O rates out of sight or get canceled.
Okay. But
and not only that, I'll openly admit to whoever that it was my screw up.
Well, yeah, that's
and I feel that I'm a big boy. If I fuck something up, that I should pay the consequence. And maybe I'm just wired differently than most people, but
well, that's definitely
on my part.
It's definitely a sense of personal responsibility. I have the same thing. Most of our friends do, by the way. But let's go back to this. You're insured with me. You have a deductible. You messed up. How would you define error, as in errors and omissions insurance?
Well, I understand what you're saying. I understand that that's the way that I look at it is if I know for a fact that I screwed it up, then that's my own stupidity. I feel responsible for it. Whereas when I do something inadvertently where I don't realize that I had made a mistake. Problem is, I realized right when they started talking and I started reviewing the report, oh shit, I screwed it up. Whereas, if it was something that I had just overlooked inadvertently and didn't realize it, didn't even register it, that would be an error or an omission on my part. But when it's one that you just totally blew it out your ass, I figure that that's my problem.
Well, okay, so really, your problem is subjective. It's
maybe
it's I screwed up in such a way that I should not have. It wasn't some accident. It was, but it was just this severe, blatant, thing I should not have done, and I hold myself, to a higher standard than that. So therefore, I don't want to make a claim.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I get it. I think it's silly, but let's put that aside for a moment. Any other reasons, or is that it?
That's it. And what I was hoping I could work out with you is I didn't want to pay the full amount out of my account, and then I have a third party involved, such as you guys. So, what I wanted to do was have you guys submit a check and then bill me, and I pay it back.
Are you concerned?
That way there's extra documentation, and it doesn't look like I'm the only guy that's, I want extra documentation. That's basically what I want.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's something that we do for a living. We make sure that the client has the right amount of documentation, including releases. We handle all of that stuff. So,
right.
Nothing to worry about. You know that you made a mistake. If it were up to you and you had no insurance, clearly, based on everything you just said, you would write a check personally to make this issue correct.
That's correct.
So
it's not like I don't have the money to it.
But that's not relevant. Is there a concern that we up your rates?
Yes, I don't want. See, I had one other claim that was a frivolous lawsuit years ago because somebody got up and pressure washed the damn barrel tile roof and broke up a bunch of tiles.
Mm-hmm.
And since we didn't say anything about not getting up on the barrel tile roof, and they turned around and sued us for $78,000 because the roof didn't meet code, even though it met code for when the house was built. They changed the code 2 years after it was built, and the roofer said, well, it's going to cost $78,000 to fix it instead of, just if it had met code, then it'd only be about $8,000.
Okay, so I need
my E&O company at the time settled out of court and then canceled me. And then my rates went sky freaking high for 4 years because I had been canceled.
Right. Okay. So we have 3 policies that I've been, I thought, fairly public about, fairly loud about, as it pertains to claims. And I'll make them 4 policies because I think there's a 4th one that applies to guys like you that I've known a long time, and even guys that I haven't known for that long, but are good clients. So the first rule of claims for us is that we do not make adjustments to the price based on claims prior to becoming an insured with us. So that's number 1. That's water under the bridge for you. You got the same pricing as anybody else with the full package, which at this point is $1,000 plus $200 per inspector, and probably save some money in the process. The second thing second rule for claims is that if you have a claim, we will not cancel you as a result of the claim. Period. End of story. Just to be clear. We don't consider them to be, in this case, it was your fault. The stuff that's your fault like this is never going to be, some, gargantuan amount. Just going to be, silly stuff. We missed it. It has a fee. We need to pay somebody to fix it. Not that big a deal.
I have a recovery fund that I've been doing for years that, I pay for silly shit all the time, whether it's me or not. Well, this is the first time it's been me. That's what pisses me off. But
well, you know what? It's a first time for everything
and whatnot.
Right.
Okay, send me a bill for how much it costs. It's only like $800, no problem.
Right.
But write the check.
But here's another thing. Okay, if you have a claim, we do not adjust your rates based on your claims.
Okay.
So why on earth would you pay out $12,900 when you could pay out $12,900 minus $5,000? Work it the way that you wanted to, with our help, of course. We're happy to do it. We'll make sure it's professional. We'll make sure it's, all T's are crossed and I's are dotted, and move forward with, with only our 5th or 6th claim in 18 months. And we're, and it's funny, 3 or 4 of these claims have been, a situation just like this. Inspector calls me and says, man, I don't want to make a claim because, my last company canceled me because I made a claim, and I don't want to do that with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. But also it's feeling responsible, and it's amazing to me. Every single one of our claims, virtually every single one, has been a inspector calling me and saying, we got to take care of these folks. Let's talk about how we do it. So there you go. There's your moment of zen. Let's do this. We need to start an email. Don't give me any more details right now. Just send me an email and copy info@rwsinsurance.com. And
info@rwsinsurance.com.
copy me, and make sure you include the inspection report, any communications, a little summary that talks about this issue, the inspection agreement, and that'll be that.
Okay.
And then we'll get together and we'll make some plans here in the next couple days and get rid of this issue for you. All right?
Okay. I appreciate it. I was just wanting to make sure that because this client that I screwed up, I've done like 7 or 8 inspections for.
Yeah, and those 7 or 8 inspections, if you had one of your other guys do, you make somewhere between $50 and $100 on. So you made $700 on, and you're about to lose, $7,000. This business sucks some days.
Well, it does, but I would rather pay, my philosophy is I'd rather pay it out, make Mr. DeForest happy because he's an investment buyer. He's bought a bunch of things, and then make his realtor happy and use this as a marketing event that, hey, we're a stand-up company. We don't run and hide. If we fuck it up, then and that way, it's out there that we stand behind our friggin' word.
Damon, I know that some people don't like, putting out there in any way that they had any claim because somebody, could take it and twist it and, and
well, I understand that.
And be that, but I happen to press the record button and I've been, making faces at my computer screen ever since. So if you give me permission to put it out there, I'll put it out there, and maybe some other inspectors who have these concerns, who think they're going to get canceled, who think they're going to get a rate increase, and are just like afraid to make a claim, which is like, okay, why do you buy something and then you're afraid to use it? But whatever, maybe it'll help them in the way that they're analyzing their.
I gotta be your number one cheerleader from now on.
Well, there we go. You've been my number one cheerleader for 20 years. That doesn't change.
I know, but not for this E&O stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
That's only this is my first experience with it, and so I'll be your number one cheerleader on several different forums.
Well, I appreciate it. We don't sell it for profit, as you know, but we're gonna take care of this client and really just support your core business and all your other relationships with us. So, Damon, let me do this. Send me that email and let's connect here in the next couple of days. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'll have it out to you. I'm gonna also send a copy to the realtor if you don't mind.
I do.
Okay?
Don't send a copy of anything to anybody until we've reviewed it and you and I have talked about it, and let's strategize it. I like it.
Yeah.
You have a reason for sending it to the agent and involving them. I think I'd be more apt to say, let's do a phone call with them, and maybe it's you, maybe it's the two of us. We'll make sure they know that their client's being taken care of. That's the thing that they want to know.
Okay.
Yep.
That works.
All right. Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
It, Nathan.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. The Damon O'Donnell, folks.